Hey, hello everyone. Welcome to my session, which is about how you can build your own agent for FNO App Inside. Before we start about this demo, the common question or common expect from agent is uh, where from we can start. What is the basic thing or minimum thing which I can do and I can start building my own agent. So I thought to describe you how you can use App Inside as a source to build your own agent. Uh, those are familiar about FNO, don't, they know that we can use App Insight for application related telemetry and we can fetch the data. So this demo is about how you can use App Insight as a source and how we can build an autonomous agent which can help end user or customer to get telemetry data without writing any kind of custom query. So just want to add, custom query is the language behind application insight which we use in our dashboard. So what are the prerequisites? So uh, as we are aware that to catch application telemetry, we require Azure Application Insight for FNO, which we have to install on Azure service, and we require Copilot Studio to build the agent. Those who already install the app inside, they know how it looks. So basically, in your Azure platform or Azure portal, once you done with the installation, the app inside looks like this. Okay, and we know inside the app inside, it's actually capture the data in different tables. Okay, and these are all internal tables which actually used to capture different kind of events that include error, that include badge, everything. Let me show you some default dashboards. Take the example of monitoring batch. Okay, here you will see the batch related information. If you go to the error of forms, it will show the form related information like this. And behind the scene, each dashboard is having custom query. So if you click on view query, there is a query which is actually showing this result. So each section of this dashboard is having query behind it. And this is the challenge for a new user who want to explore or want to I don't know do some investigation about certain issues or performance. Okay, so let's say if you have a space scenario and you want to build your own dashboard, probably you have to write certain custom queries like this, and you have to understand how or what is the syntax and what what are the keywords you have to follow. And that's the problem statement our agent is going to solve. So our plan is to utilize those predefined queries which is right now working and available for us in a dashboard. And what about if we train our agent based on these predefined queries, and based on that knowledge, agent can build its own query. So let's talk about the sample file source. Uh, I believe you are aware that there is a public GitHub repository available provided by a fast track team. You can navigate to this site and you can download the respective sample files. You have option either you can go to each file and you can download it, or either you can download the complete folder. And when you download the complete folder, you will be getting scenarios like batch, DMF, error, forms, everything. For our agent purpose, we required all those file. Okay, so if you see behind this file, there is a JSON. If you open this file and if you try to see on Visual Studio Code, which actually provide you the structure of this file. So basically, it's containing uh, the dashboard related information. But if you go to the end of this file, you will see that all these dashboards are using a predefined query which we are going to refer. So this is the dashboard, this is the ID, and this for this dashboard, this is the custo query uh, written. So the idea uh, behind is, let's use those custo queries as a source or as a sample to build a knowledge source for our agent, and which we are going to do in our next step. So as a recommendation or prerequisite, let's download all those sample files from GitHub to your local. So I have given the background and what are the prerequisite. Let us start how about our agent. Okay, so let me start with the high level architecture. Okay, how agent is going to work, and what is the flow and all. So basically this is going to be a user interactive agent. Okay, which we are building top of on Copilot Studio. Okay, it's going to use knowledge source as a sample or as a base to get the template of Kusto query. Okay, it's going to follow the instructions, so it can generate the query based on those instructions and conditions. We are going to use a predefined or pre-built Azure application Kusto query tool, which actually connect with app inside data source, and it run the query and provide the results. And at the end, we are going to get the summary of those results in the agent. Flow wise, and if you see the components which we are going to use in our agent is basically our main agent, which is app inside agent, which actually provide interface to end user, and it collect the prompt, it use Kusto query tool to uh, uh, to pass the query, and it summarize the result. Knowledge source, as I told, we are going to build a knowledge source file which we are going to upload to the agent. Okay, that is going to be LLM for agent, and that is going to help us to get the query result at runtime. Okay, and we are going to use another tool called Azure Monitoring Logs and Run Query, which is a tool behind it to execute and get the results. Okay, so let's start with agent creation. So first of all, you have to start your journey with opening copilotstudio.com. In your home screen, you have to select the environment, and in the agent description, you can describe how you want to build your agent. I have my text ready, which I'm providing here. So what I'm saying to uh, is Copilot Studio that create an agent which execute and run Custo query at runtime using Azure monitoring log tool. The agent will be having knowledge source file which contain the Custo query samples, and that can be used by agent to build query at runtime. So this is a very simple prompt which I'm providing to my agent. If required, I will share this prompt in the step document. So let me hit the next button. Once you click on next, you will see that agent is ready. And if you want, you can change the icon or name of your agent. As a next step, make sure you are selecting the agent model to Cloud Sonnet 4.5, because then only you will be getting a right output as a Custo query result. You can see over here the instructions are coming by default uh, as per your prompt, and there will be certain default uh, options which you can remove, like so. All these additional default things you can remove, you don't want it. And we'll start our process with adding tool. So uh, as I mentioned in the previous slide, that the agent will be having two main thing. One is tool, second one is agent. So what tool we are going to add? We are going to use a tool called run query. which is a Azure monitoring tool which internally connect with app inside data source and execute the kiss to query and provide results. So this is the tool you have to add. If you already connected with any other tool, your connection will come with default. Otherwise, you have to create a new connection, and here you can provide your authentication details. Once you're done, you can click on add and configure. The next step in the tool is you have to provide a connection. So here you have to select the subscription, the Azure subscription. You have to select the resource group, and then in the resource tab you have to select app inside, and under app inside, whatever app inside you have uh, uh, created, that you have to select over here. The next step would be selecting the response type. Here you can select write the response with AI generative AI, and just save it. You have to repeat the same step by adding one more tool that is optional. And don't confuse between Data Explorer and Monitoring Log. This is Azure, so you have to use Azure Monitoring Log. Here you have to select Run Query and Visualize Result. Add and configure. In this tool, there is an additional step which you have to follow. So here, instead of selecting Generative AI, you have to select Send Specific Response specific below, and here you have to click on this insert variable button, and here you have to select output. Why? Because this is a visual generator tool which actually generate a graphs, and since it's a graph, we have to kind of convert it. So this is the output we are getting from this tool, and we are uh, using that output in our prompt. So that is the additional step. And again, to make it simple, you can skip this particular tool. It's a add-on to show the results in graphical way. That's all. You can see the tools are available, and agent is almost, I would say, 50% ready. The remaining part which is pending is providing knowledge source. So we'll yeah, we'll show you how it works. Yeah. So coming to that knowledge part. So as we described, right, knowledge is a this is the LLM for our agent, where we have to provide the detail how agent is going to use those custom query and write the custom query. Okay. So we are in the step where we have to uh, generate a knowledge source for our agent. Okay. So the idea behind it, we don't have to write any query, or we don't have to write any code. Let's use Copilot itself to build or to provide that knowledge source file to us, and how it can provide. What about if we say that, okay, hey, agent or Copilot, this is the sample file we have, okay, and I want these sample files to be converted as a knowledge source for my agent, and why we can't use Copilot itself to build that knowledge source. So this is what I told. So I'm using D365 Copilot. Okay, I went to the prompt and I provided instruction that, okay, I have built an agent for this purpose, and this agent will be having a predefined uh, template file for question query, and I want to generate a knowledge source. And for knowledge source, obviously, since I have downloaded the file locally, I'm just going to provide that file as a attachment uh, to Copilot, and let's see. So here I'm using one of the file uh, batch dashboard. Okay, and I'm expecting the Copilot will convert it, and uh, provide me a knowledge source file. So see here, this is what it has done. It has converted the entire file, and now we have a link available. With this link we can use to download the file. Now see, the knowledge source file has been created by Copilot itself. We are just going to use this in our agent. So let me show you the file which is generated by the Copilot. Okay. So I have downloaded. Now I'm opening in Visual Studio. And here you will see that the file is having predefined template. What it means that all that scenario which we have seen, or the dashboard which we have seen in Azure Explorer, all those uh, dashboards related scenarios are covered as a template. So each Costo query is kind of considered as a scenario over here, and it will be executed. It will be used as a knowledge source. Okay. Now uh, how I can add other files into that. Okay, so if you go again to that Copilot, and if we add another file and say, okay, please attach this file, or use this file and enhance the existing one, that will provide you the updated one. Let me show you. So I open the same discussion from my Copilot, and I'm saying that, okay, please add this please update the existing knowledge source file considering this additional scenario. Okay, and in that, the another file, as I told, we have multiple files, right? For each folder, I can keep add such files over here, and I can get a consolidated version by using the same prompt. So here I'm saying, please update the JSON file by including additional scenarios available in the attached. Okay, and here I'm attaching another file. So let's say if previously if we have added batch, now we can add form, and you will see that you have the updated file available, and like that you can add all those remaining files over here, and finally you will be having a consolidated full version of LLM, which you can use as a knowledge source. So now we are at final step, where we have to just add the knowledge source file which we have received from the Copilot. So I'm going to click on upload file, the template file which is generated by Copilot. I'm going to use it, uploading it. Make sure you have to the file status is showing ready. You have to wait for a couple of minutes, and then you are good to start with your agent. Okay, now my file is ready. Okay, and now I can start using my agent. Okay, so what about if I ask my agent itself that what are the scenarios uh, it can cover? So I'm asking, okay, what are the scenarios you can cover for me? And you can see it's showing its capability. So like that, you can start prompting it, and you will see kind of required result. Let me give you some examples over here that I'm asking. How is the batch job load on iOS today? Okay, and you can see start showing the results, and this is what you're expecting from the agent. So your agent is ready. You can start prompting it. You can ask whatever questions you want to ask. uh, Either it's related to slowness or batch error, whatever. And you can see each prompt is actually generating question query at runtime, and you are not writing any question query code. Agent itself is capable enough to see the results. And since we have added graphical view, you can see certain graphs also coming over here. Okay, so let's see what else we can get from uh, this newly built agent. Okay, so I'm simply writing query or writing prompt like now show me the overall health performance or system health for today. Okay, and now we can see it's start looking and considering all those predefined queries where we have batch performance, form performance, errors, everything. Okay, and trying to collect the data, and finally we'll see the graphs and uh, overall health summary report uh, as a summary. So yeah, this is the summary. Okay, so you can see it has actually considered overall uh, utilization, batch exceptions, form performance, batch performance, and overall health. So, yep, our agent is ready. You can see the results. Okay, this is how we can start using this agent. Yeah, okay. That's all for this demo. Thank you all for joining me. And if you have any question or concern, if you want to reach out to me, you can use below details. I will share the complete step-by-step details document link uh, in this video link, so you can go through it. Yeah, thank you all.